and then 28th of May. Ghana Hanum no Yagusu raining season mo. The Dika Memfa Yako and Sem Emma one flood afar on fee and on properties. Ghana has say Yako says Monshade na the Amashri Biano Yankopon and Shaman name. And then Papa Ewa Hanum. A whole lot of people think say I don't put out much content and I see be busy, but content I may put out no, so they'll say content about 1 month for, and it's just any normal content. Tell them about Papa Chen. I mean, he's an entrepreneur, he's a well-doing man. Before I say, oh, call and I say, oh, baby, that's what to say. Will be 8 to the buffer. Say, penny new fear, no dinner. No idea, no TV. And then the foot on Angasai the Ebram. If I'm not Debra, subscribe to this channel, CMTV Ghana. Ba, my name Papa, every day come on. Yet, foot and send it in a brabo. Near more, no sweet missing ye. Near so the idea. It's your phone. Stay tuned, I'll be right back. Mark Ababim, my name Papa, our Hanum, and I'm in Baby, a dim come on. I found a brabum. Na yen so aye ni penfo yin fia na say ye hia foto ne so tim dai den e da boy mbra daddy akwaba
Yeah.
what a pomo ko de and then I like your compound to us and then your building
It's an old compound. I'm trying to refurbish it.
Nice. First of all, let's start with please, what's your name?
My name is Eko Aqua.
Eko Aqua. Can you give us some short bio of yourself?
Like I've told you, my name is Eko Aqua. In Ghana, anyone by name Eko or Yao is a Thursday born.
Oh, okay.
So I'm a Thursday born. Born and bred in Takoradi.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's in the western part of what Ghana, western region, part of Ghana. Grew up there for the most part until I got to the age of taking care of myself in my own small way. And that's where my life began. For some reason, I find myself here in Accra, not because I'm a Ghan, but because I decided to leave Takoradi for explore some opportunities in other part of what Ghana.
Brickman service for the sponsor. Jumediwe. Almost say, oh, Clado dying, hope bricks, Papa, Eddie Sue Danya, or contact your mom numbers in the good screen as no. Now, a member of bricks, Papa, I did a jack and a bene. And family you feel come and more. Daddy, you try on Bano, you said something about yourself. I just want to know. Keep on one, I said, was Takoradi, sure. Who school in far?
Because school St. John's.
St. John's. As in SHS. Okay, to back Hana because St. John's.
No.
Takoradi, St. John's. Oh.
I'm not from the best of homes. I meant I had to put in a lot of work myself. Adjust a lot of things in my life. Manage so many things that I cannot imagine, and I may not be able to share everything at the moment, but
Sure.
I did a lot of things, ordinary, maybe some of you guys or you young guys may not be able to do. I came from a family of 12 children.
12 children.
8 females and 4 males. And amongst the male, I was the last.
Whoa.
So I'm the 9th born.
Wow.
And unfortunately, I lost my mom when I was at the age of 14. I was then at Kojo Group a suburb of Takoradi called Kudipur. I was in Form 2 at that time. I have just written my common entrance, getting ready to go to secondary school. And the news came that mom was gone. So everything in my life had to what brought to a standstill, because mom was more or less the major breadwinner of the family. That's why I said I had to what do a lot of what adjustment in my life. Life wasn't easy from there, but one had to make it work if you have any determination in life. So I was able to complete Form 4 at that time. We write West Africa Examination Council. And passed well, according to them. I passed with distinction. I had to find myself sponsored by my Hebrew brothers at that time to continue my education. But I realized that it was getting a trend. One finished school and he has to take care of the other one. So I had to finish also to take care of my sister who was right behind me. And here I was at the time doing science in school, which was not going to give me any employment right when I finished. So after secondary school, instead of continuing, I had to enroll in a school called Takoradi Business School. It's like for people who are working and pursuing their career as well. So I was doing that alongside working at Ghana Timber Marketing Board in the accounting department, even though I didn't have any background in accounting.
So that was after university, right?
No, I've not even gone to what university. Rather, it was a Ghana Timber Marketing Board that sponsored me at IPS. At the time, it was IPS, but I think now it's UPS. So after their sponsorship, I went and worked for them for about a year. And let me retract a little bit. When I was in elementary school, and my mom passed, I had to survive through very tough means. There was a place in Kujokrum called Pentam's Road. That is where there's a train station there. So in the night, a train comes from maybe Takwa area, bringing foodstuffs and this. And because I don't want my classmates to see that I'm carrying load like what do you call kayoyo. I had to do that in a very obscure way that sometimes I have to put on something that they will not recognize me and disguise myself. And I carry things from the railway station. There's a bridge carried across on top of the bridge, and it's the bridge and the sand on the other to take it Trotto station or wherever. And then I made some few pennies from there to take care of myself and my younger siblings. I remember sometimes I come home to see my sister who had returned from school, sitting on the mango tree. I could tell at that time that she was hungry, but there was nowhere to go. So whatever is left on me, I just
Give it up to her.
give to her. You take care of yourself. In the evening, I know I will survive through what I do. Until a schoolmate of mine took me one day to the mother's house and introduced me as a friend who lost the mom about 3 months ago. So, okay, the mom is okay. The mom is what? Buy corn, maize, and all that. Okay. And told that my friend to what? Bring your friend in to come and eat after school. I'm ever grateful to her for what she did. My friend is in Germany now. We still talk. The mom had passed on. So I had to do construction work, a lot of construction work. I remember one of the toughest construction work I did was on one weekend. I was around what, 16, 17. There's a place in Tawad also called Tanakrum. Used to be a very nice place. Many historical buildings over there now. We'll miss the concrete, maybe somewhere around here. Then we have to carry it about 5-story building. They were doing like 3-story, and the owner of the project wasn't going anywhere. We were carrying a hard pan and in and up and down, up and down, up and down for the most part of the day. Until about 12, we go and find something to eat and we come back to continue. That really got me. So I kept that in that project. Anytime I passed by that place, I said, this project almost killed me. Yeah, because I was down for some time after that life still had to go on. I had to keep doing it.
Sure.
Keep doing the construction work for quite some time. So
during that period, what keep pushing you to do those kind of jobs?
I was very determined to go to university. But people were telling me, I had to go to. We are surprised to see him doing this, that. He's a candidate for university. So I determined to go to university no matter what. So when team board is the same as Ghana Team Marketing Board. They sponsored me, and I went back and worked for them for about a year. This same friend who introduced me to the mom was doing business, shuttling from Nigeria to Ghana. And one day he told me, Ako, I want you to come with me to Nigeria. I didn't hesitate. Right away I told him, sure. I didn't think over it. I didn't do anything. I didn't ponder over it. I just, okay. That's why.
Once you are in the university.
Once I was at team board, I didn't go to university in Ghana.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So they wanted to sponsor you.
They sponsored me all right at Ghana, IPS.
Oh,
Now,
IPS.
I'm sorry. And went back to work, or maybe to pay back whatever they did. I went back to work for them for about a year. And then my friend introduced me to this Nigeria thing. A lot of people were traveling back and forth from Nigeria, some of them working there I had a lot of stories about that, but they didn't tell me. So I went. Interesting. I thought I was going to do an office work like I was doing. When I went, they were selling newspapers, like the newspapers,
Yes.
graphic, we have graphic,
Yes.
Times, Mirror, those kind of things. And they told me point blank, in Nigeria, if you don't have your documents right, there's no way you're going to get a white collar job to do.
How did you feel at that moment?
I felt very sad. I felt very, very sad. And I didn't want to come back to Ghana too. So one day, I was passing my, I had to be forced to get into selling
That was what
newspapers
happened.
because what was what I didn't know how to go anywhere to do anything. So I did that. I didn't have a station where you have a table and your newspapers are there, because I was a newcomer.
You were
then.
selling it into traffic.
Yes, and that's heavy jam-packed traffic. If you're walking through the traffic, they call you vendor. Hey, vendor, come. Then you have to what? Vendors. So if I see some of our people selling on the streets, I remember sometimes it takes me back to those days when I was doing the same thing. So I had to find my way through the traffic, and they will roll it down, give me a graphic, maybe Times, Tribune, and they call the papers. They have graphic, I don't think they have graphic. They have Tribune, Punch, and some other newspapers.
That was the company newspaper.
That's what the newspaper.
Yes.
So they tell you the newspapers that they want to buy. And you fish through your pile of newspapers and give it to them. They give you the money. They have to change them and they change. So I did that for some time until the owner of that business found me a place, a strategy place where people come park their car and buy. So I was that place when a young man, maybe at that time, maybe around 35, 40, 35, parked his Peugeot 504, air conditioner all over, and got down from the car, went through some of the newspaper, was talking with me like, so what brought you here from China? Then he concluded by saying that he speaks very well. What have you, where did you go to school? Did you go to school? So I started telling him about my life. And he said, oh, for real? Okay. You have your certificates here? I said, yes, I do. He said, okay. Write me an application. Attach copies of your certificate. And I had completed IPS at that time. I attached that. I wrote an exam called ICSA at that time, called Institute of Chartered Secretaries and Administrators, hosted by London. And I passed all. So that's what I had at the time as my topmost, top class, what I've achieved so far in my education, as the pinnacle of my education. So I thought, as if he was joking, he said, oh, I've given you application to a friend of mine who's an administrator in a company in Nigeria called Lee Fakino. It's a big construction company. He didn't write to me.
That was in the year.
That was 1981, 82 that way.
Wow.
So one day he came and told me, well, a friend called him and said, I can attend, I can be part of the candidate who are going to be interviewed for a position in accounting. Would you be able to? I said, sure. I will be able to. Just like you are granting me interview without me being aware. I wasn't prepared. I didn't know what they were going to ask. I had to go to the store, find me a white shirt because I'm a fan of white shirts. And I'm still a fan of white shirt. Actually, white shirt made me go to school, elementary school, because I wasn't going to go to school. And my sister returned from London, brought me a white shirt. And from there I started going to school. Because I wear the white shirt on Sundays to go to church. So I love white shirt, and I still love white shirt. So find me a white shirt over black pants. Oh, I'm sorry. Pants is what? Trouser. Over black Edison. Got myself a tie. I wasn't looking the best, but it was okay.
Good, yeah.
I was looking to get overcoat, coats. I didn't get, so I went like that. With my original certificate in a brown paper. We were about 9 vying for that position. And I got a little bit pushed back because one position with 9 people and I'm a Ghanaian. So I was sitting there very badly, and the other candidates were talking their language. I was in Ibadan, so they were talking their Yoruba, blah, 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 blah. I didn't understand, but I was there. When I got my turn, I went in 5 panel. I went inside. So let's say I call. You hold this, that. You said you finished school, elementary school. You passed your extension. Can you see evidence of that? I don't have any evidence. At that time, they don't give you. Where's that doctor? We didn't give you any certificate. So I said, well, that's what when I checked for my O levels, I had 8 ones. This time they call it what? I have they have A. I have 8 ones, and they call it one. 8 ones. That one I had something to prove.
You're very good at school. Way back.
Very, very good. According to them. Maybe those who were competing with me were not good enough. So maybe I don't know. But I wrote diagrams and I had 8 ones. That one, that was something to prove from this thing. So this was in there. Oh, you did well, blah, 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 blah. So they started the interview. And then at the end of the interview, I thanked them for the opportunity to be interviewed. If I'm found suitable for the job, I'm always available. Okay, you will hear from us. 2 weeks time, they gave this appointment letter to my friend to employ me as what accounting assistant in that company. And at that time, I would call it very reasonable salary. The issue is how to tell my people that I met who are still selling the newspaper, how to tell them that this is the position I've gotten. So one evening, I had to start working about 2 weeks, and one evening I called my friend and told him I went for an interview and I've been given an appointment. So they will fish you out. They will do that. And a whole lot of stuff. I blazed all the odds and went in and started. And that was a golden opportunity to explore so many things in Nigeria. So I worked there for some time. And while I was working there, I was teaching part-time in economics and mathematics. So for those high school
Big schools.
SHS,
Yeah, high school.
I was teaching some of the students who were around where I was teaching. I was teaching them mathematics and economics. So I was making two incomes. I was doing well. Through that, I was able to buy my first car. Yeah, Peugeot 305 or so. Peugeot 305. Very nice car. Somehow, some way, a friend of mine went for a visit in the United States and didn't come back. He was telling me he had been an admission into university over there. He got an admission into university. Okay, so that prepared me to travel further. So I started putting my documents together, like what I do in Nigeria, this. Something very solid to prove that I have a gainful employment in Nigeria. Therefore, I was going to come back. Went for the interview, was given the visa, came back to tell my family I was leaving for the US. Went back to Nigeria and left for US. From Nigeria. That's how it got me to US. At the time I wasn't married.
At what age?
I think around 24.
24 or 25. So 24, you bought your first car.
I bought my first car, I think around 24 or 28. Because I went to Nigeria like 1981 or so, and then I bought my first car.
And then
For the news affairs, I did it for about 6 months.
6 months. And then from then you traveled to the United States. And then at the year, let's say.
No, I traveled to the United States in 1986.
1986.
I remember very well. I was there in February 6, 1986.
How you started with politics and stuff? How was it possible for a Ghanaian or an African to join this kind of thing?
See, as I went through school in the United States, I got so much information. I was traveling to Ghana every once in a while. So I made some few friends that were holding some positions in Ghana. One of my friends, E.A.K. Amankwa, was then the managing director at Ghana Food Distribution Corporation. I don't know whether you guys were born. It's a defunct Ghana Food Distribution Corporation. Was the managing director. Okay, when I went, he told me what is there is fufu. But you know I don't eat fufu. And he came back to tell me, oh, fufu is not like the one in Ghana. It's potato. So it doesn't look like, it's not prepared the way it is prepared in Ghana. I'm not saying the way they prepare it in Ghana is not good, but it's the way it's not the way they prepare it in Ghana. But it's potato, my butter, and then the sort of what. I said, I wasn't going to determine my likes and dislikes over there. So, like my hard upbringing, I had to say yes, even though you are not going to eat it. What are you going to eat?
Nothing.
I'm not going to eat. What are you going? You don't go. Hey, this is what we have, and you say we don't have. We don't know anywhere. You just sleep hungry. So I said, okay, that's fine. I didn't show any sign of dislike and I ate it all right. And true, the texture is not like food. And I didn't eat fufu in Ghana not because I hated pounding it. I was pounding fufu even though I wasn't eating it. When it comes to what eating, they will give you your 6 pesos or 7 pesos to go and buy this, or they put some cassava for you and put soup. That you don't eat food. But I was eating cassava all right, but I wasn't eating. So I ate, and I had to adjust myself to it. Because I remember, those in the days you were carrying sacks or a sack of a bro or corn, climbing the stairs. So it's part of adjustment. That's how it. So I ate. I didn't die. I woke up in the morning. They went to work. I was home. So my friend on Tuesday he came. I arrived on Sunday. On Tuesday he came from work and said, "Oh, I had to come and take you to go and do your social security. One of the most important documents you can ever have in the United States." So he came for me in the afternoon. We went and did the social security card, and life began. When the card came, then you can actually look forward. So he was going to school in the morning and working in the evening.
How was your friend? Alright, so let's talk about business. How many business or how many companies do you own right now?
I don't own any viable business in Ghana, but I have things that I do that bring me income in the United States.
In the United States. Please, can you share with us?
Aside of working for the bank, I'm still a consultant. Businesses. I do taxes. So I team up with a friend of mine who does audit. And that is a very good source of income. I try to do it here. That our system is a bit different from the US. Because in the US, between January 15th and April 15th, is the tax system. Everybody is supposed to file taxes between January 15th and April 15th. About 90% of the people file for taxes. And if you are not able to file, then you file for extension. So the system is very organized. Okay. We have what is called W2. Your employer gives you W2, states your income, states how much taxes they have taken, states your social security and everything, blah, blah, blah. Based on that, you prepare taxes for people. It's not only W2, 1090, you have another form called 1099. If you are self-employed, that means you don't pay taxes at source, but maybe you find your own convenient time to pay taxes. You do that, you bring it, we deduct social security from you. If you tell us to, it is never compulsory. Then we calculate your social security, what the employer pays, what you're supposed to pay, and so forth and so on. So I left the business for someone who's doing it. He just finished in April. I know my clientele base. I know the number of clients I have. maybe if he may add some, I know how much percentage to strike, what he is to get and what I am to get. And there's no any sort of no, nothing like that, because everything is necessary. You can't do otherwise. You can't do somebody starting to erase it. So there's a way to pursue it and get the necessary equipment to be the best in whatever he does. And I do a lot of business. In our church, we have professionals like our lawyers, doctors, engineers, scientists, all kinds of professions, farmers, carpenters, to help our children develop interest in whatever they are capable of doing. And that helps them employable jobs at the end of the day.
Why Piotr business?
The Happy Water business is not really my business. It's a friend of mine who owns it.
Okay.
And then I lease my land for him. But when he's not around, I take charge of what money is for him.
Will you advise someone to venture into this kind of business?
Since I don't know from the very onset what it entailed, I'll be very careful to advise people to what get into. But from what I manage, I think it's okay to do that. But I don't know the nitty-gritty of the business. Because he started it, he knows how much he put in. So whatever comes in, that necessarily mean profit to him. There may be some other things and other challenges that he goes through. That's okay. I'm good.
Okay, so what will be your final word for reading it?
First of all, I've observed so many things in Ghana about the youth. I will emphasize on the youth to be honest and loyal in what they do, to be more zealous and put in the maximum effort in whatever they find themselves to do. After all, I believe it is biblical that whatever you find yourself to do it with all your heart, all your mind, and all your soul. And it is not best to do what is required of you, but do what is required of you and more. You become a profitable person if you do what is required of you and beyond it. Don't just subject yourself to this is what I'm asked to do. So I remember I worked for a company called Premier Mortgage Funding in the US. And when I was about to resign, the very last day, I worked as if it's my very first day at work. I worked up to 9 p.m. because I wanted to be sure I leave a very good name. Did everything, put all the I's and the T's on everything. Make sure everything was what said, so that there would be no complaints after leaving. And after living there to work for Bank of America, sometimes they call for me for assistance. Leave a mark of legacy wherever you go and let it follow you. Let your good works follow you. Don't be greedy and don't rush in life. Take your time, settle down, and step by step, gradually, you will get yourself going. So let people try to learn honesty and loyalty instead of cut corners and money conscious, being so fallacious for money, as if you are, take your time under your life. And again, be God-fearing and be truly God-fearing. The steps of the righteous are ordered by the Lord. And that's what guided you. That's one of the things that guided me. Even though I wasn't a good Christian at the time when I was growing up, but there were so few things that stuck with me. that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Things that God hates, and all those kind of words. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways, acknowledge Him, and He shall direct your path. Those things, I wasn't a good Christian, but I knew it in secondary school, and everything. I wasn't going to church that much. I was a Catholic, but those things stuck with me. Lord, I'm trusting this into your hand. Please help me. That's all. That's a simple prayer like that, and I go. I don't pray a long prayer and say all kinds of foreign language. I'm not saying those languages are not right, but Lord, this is your business. Just guide me as a child.
Sure.
I'm just a child. Give me a bucket of water. I use it to bath my belly and leave the rest of my body untouched. So just take me like this. So I was innocent about so many things. I just God help me.
Thank you, Daddy. Thanks for your
Very
time.
much, brother. And thank you also for granting me this.
Most idea, and this is really going to help you guys, and then me as well. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. See you in the next video.